This is Morning Edition on WNIJ. I'm Dan Clefstad with news for the writers in our audience. We're rebooting NPR's 3-Minute Fiction, where a noted author prompts listeners with a theme or opening line and selects the best stories to be read on the air. Our noted author is G.K. Worry, a Pushcart Prize-winning writer of several short stories and the novella Infidelity, which we featured last fall. G.K. Worry, welcome back to Morning Edition.
Thank you, Dan. It's good to be here.
3 minutes is not a lot of time to tell a story. You got to do it in 500, maybe 600 words. How can such a tight word count help a writer with their craft?
Well, I think most of the stories that we get are probably going to be fairly plot-driven. You don't have a lot of time to develop characters and give a lot of backstory on that. So I think people are going to have to sit down and kind of punch their way right through into their story. They don't have a lot of time, but on the other hand, they don't have to worry about producing 10, 15, 20,000 words either.
Okay, it's easier. This is going to be easier, you're saying. All right, now in a moment, you'll give the prompt, and I'll give the email address for submissions. First, describe your approach to prompting listeners to create a story.
Well, I think it actually is rather difficult. Coming up with a very quick, concise prompt is kind of like coming up with a very, very short story. You need to get right to the point. It has to be kind of broad enough to appeal to a lot of people. It has to stimulate. It has to inspire in the writer something along the lines of, I can write something about that. And I think this prompt will do that.
All right. We should mention that you will choose the best stories from what we hope will be an avalanche of submissions. Okay, now for the big moment. G.K. Worry, what is the prompt for WNIJ's 3-Minute Fiction?
I'm a curious person. No. I'm a nosy person. No. I'm a snoop, and it's finally gotten me into trouble.
All right. I'm a curious person. I'm a nosy person. I'm a snoop, and it's finally gotten me into trouble.
There you have it.
All right. Now that we've memorized that, here's something else we need to remember. The deadline for submissions is Sunday, September 20th at 11:59 p.m. We're trying to make that easy for you. You have all the way through Sunday, September 20th to get your stories in. The email address we're using is 3minutefiction.WNIJ@gmail.com. That's 3 spelled out, 3minutefiction.WNIJ@gmail.com. We will also accept your stories by post. You'll find all the information you need at WNIJ.org. G.K. Worry is the author of several short stories and the novella Infidelity. He will select the authors who get read on the air. Jerry, it's good to talk with you, and I look forward to speaking with you again later this month.
I think this is going to be fun.